यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन जय राधा माधव कुञ्ज विहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रिय द्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम जय 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 राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम जय साई गौर राधे श्याम जय श्री कृष्णा जय बलराम Srila Prabhupada in Vrindavan everyone chant Nitai Gaur Radhe Shyam Hare Krishna Hare Ram. Prabhupada said we chant Nitai Gaur Radhe Shyam Jai Krishna Jai Balaram. Nitai Gaur Radhe Shyam Jai Shri Krishna Jai Balaram. Nitai Gaur Radhe Shyam Jai Shri Krishna Jai Balaram. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सत्य श्रीमद् डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन बीपीटी फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन गुरु वृंद की जय। श्री गुरु परंपरा की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय। निताय गो प्रेमानंदे हरि। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधा कान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। जस्य प्रसादाद् भगवत् प्रसादो जस्य प्रसादान् न गति कुतोऽपि। ध्यायन् सुवंस्तस्य यस्य स्त्रीसन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं। वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं। वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते कृष्ण गोस्वामिनिति नामिने। हरे कृष्णा। जब आज हम सभी यहाँ सत्संग में एकत्र हुए हैं श्री बलराम जी के प्रशंसा गुणवाद करने के लिए, तो स्वाभाविक है हमको श्री बलराम जी को कुछ न कुछ प्रणाम अर्पण करना चाहिए। और हमारे ग्रंथों में बलराम जी के 3 प्रमुख प्रणाम मंत्र बोले गए हैं, तो हम चाहेंगे सभी लोग हमारे बाद में बोले। सब लोग अपने हाथों को जोड़ ले और अपने स्मरण में श्री बलराम जी के छवि को याद करें। आप अगर आपने वृंदावन के कृष्ण बलराम जी का दर्शन किया है तो कृष्ण बलराम जी को छवि को स्मरण करते हुए बलराम जी को प्रार्थना करें। ओम बलभद्राय नमः। ओम रेवती रामदाय नमः। ओम हलयुद्धाय नमः। तो ये बलराम जी का एक नाम है बलभद्र। मतलब कि बलराम जी वास्तविकता में सभी जीवों के भद्रा को विनाश करने की क्षमता रखते हैं। भक्ति में जो विघ्न बाधा आता है वो वास्तविकता में बलराम जी, हम लोग सभी लोग जानते हैं कि नरसिंह प्रणाम करने से हमारा जो भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंह भगवान को कहते हैं। भक्ति में जो भी विघ्न बाधा आता है उसका विनाश करने वाले महाअवतार नरसिंह, तो उसका होता है प्रभु। लेकिन आचार्य बहुत अच्छी तरह से समझाते हैं कि जब हम बलराम जी के विषय में समझना चाहते हैं तो इसकी व्याख्या जो है कहां से शुरू होती है। सर्वोत्तम परम पुरुषोत्तम भगवान कौन है? श्री कृष्ण। गोविंदम आदि पुरुषम तमहम भजामि, ईश्वरः परम कृष्ण। तो भगवान श्री कृष्ण जो है वो है भोक्ताराम यज्ञ तपसाम, ही इज द सुप्रीम एंजॉयर। लॉर्ड कृष्ण इज द सुप्रीम एंजॉयर। कृष्ण डज नथिंग, गॉड डज नथिंग बट एंजॉयज। Then how does this world come into existence, come into being? To give Krishna enjoyment, Krishna's own energy expands. The Supreme Personality of Godhead himself expands. From Krishna's right side, the first expansion that comes out of Krishna is Balaram. It is Balaram. And from the left side of Krishna, the first expansion that comes out is Srimati Radha. So, when Balaram expands, that means Krishna wants enjoyment. That means everything will be enjoyed by Krishna. So Balaram and Radharani both are there to simply give pleasure to Krishna. When you want to give pleasure to someone, you don't ask them to do anything. You do everything for them. You do everything for them. So now how Balaram is Balabhadraya, because Balaram is the first expansion of Krishna. Therefore, when we retaliated with Krishna, we didn't want to stay with Krishna in Golok Vrindavan Dham, we wanted to enjoy separately, then Krishna had to create this world. So Balaram said, no, Krishna, you are the Supreme Lord. You are Bhoktaram. You simply enjoy. You simply play the flute and enjoy yourself. I will take care of that. So then from Balaram comes the Sankarshan. The four Chaturvya incarnations. Sankarshan, Aniruddha, Pradyumna and what are the four? Vasudeva. Yes, Vasudeva. So they become the first incarnation. From Sankarshan comes the Vishnus. The Mahavishnu, the Karana Vishnu, the Garbhadak Vishnu and the Paramatma Vishnu. And every other incarnation of Krishna, Narsingh, Vaman, Vara, Parashuram, every incarnation that comes, they come out of Sankarshan, from Vishnu. So who is the source of all the incarnations? Balaram. Balaram becomes the source of all incarnations. When Adharma is rising and Ravan is responsible for it, then Balaram is telling Krishna, don't worry, I will take care of it in the form of Ram. So then Ram avatar happens. When all the Kshatriyas become sinful, Then Krishna incarnates as Lord Bhrigu and Bhrigupati. Like that. So all the incarnations come like that. So that is why, according to Gaudiya Vaishnav Siddhanta, without Lord Balaram, there is no possibility of progress in Krishna consciousness. So what is the form of Balaram that we can all interact with in our lives? What form of Balaram do we get to interact? All the paraphernalia. But before we get introduced to the paraphernalia, what do we have to be introduced to? Or who introduces us to the paraphernalia? The spiritual master. So the Guru is Balaram Tattva. The Guru is Balaram Tattva. Or Balaram is the original Guru Tattva. And what is the service of the spiritual master? To engage everyone into Krishna's service. So Balaram first of all serves Krishna by expanding into the whole material creation. Then Balaram expands the whole paraphernalia of Krishna. Actually, it is said that Balaram serves Krishna in all the 5 rasas, relationships of Krishna that we have. When we have Srimati Radharani, then immediately Balaram becomes Radharani's younger sister. What is Radharani's younger sister? Ananga Manjari. And Ananga Manjari is in charge of everything that is being done for the service of Srimati Radharani and Krishna. Now the Acharyas comment that even if you see on the altar, usually you will see Radha and Krishna, Lalita and Vishakha. But most closest associate of Srimati Radharani and intimate in arranging everything for Krishna is Ananga Manjari. But we don't have her on the altar. So the Acharyas explain that Balaram, when he is serving, Balaram, his interest is to only create pleasure for Krishna. No need to come in the prominence of everything. Even when it comes to worshipping Krishna, Lalita and Vishakha are being worshipped. Ananga Manjari is only in the background. So Balaram is the background of everything. Commonly we all know, when this whole creation happens, who is holding all the creation? Sheshanag. Sheshanag is none other than Lord Balaram. So, when Lord Balaram is serving Krishna in Shantarash, then Lord Balaram becomes all the paraphernalia. All the paraphernalia. What is one paraphernalia that is very, very prominent in Kali Yuga? One paraphernalia of Krishna where after Krishna departed, then Balaram manifested in that form to establish Dharma. Of course, Nityananda Prabhu is Balarama Hoilo Nitai. But here we are talking about paraphernalias. The Mridanga is Balaram. The Kartal is Balaram. Shankha is Balaram. The Chamar is Balaram. The Ganta is Balaram. The Simhasan is Balaram. The shoes are Balaram. The umbrella is Balaram. The bedstead is Balaram. Everything is Balaram. But there's one more thing which is Balaram. Think. We are not thinking hard enough. Today we learn that Balaram is this paraphernalia, and I'm sure you will become very enthusiastic to take this paraphernalia home today. What else is Balaram? Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki. Yes, Srimad Bhagavatam is also serving Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam is establishing the service of Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam is savai pumsam paro dharmo yatho bhakti radhokshaja. So Rukmani Mohan Prabhu said we have 5 sets of Bhagavatam Srila Prabhupada is sitting here with today. So this Balaram Jayanti, these 5 sets of Bhagavatam has to go and touch somebody's life. So 2 is already gone. Vaikuntha Mataji has sponsored 2 Bhagavatam, and I think 2 devotees will receive it today. I think, of course, devotees will receive it. Whoever is devotee, they get to get the Bhagavatam. So there's 3 more sets. So before we end the class, think about it. Either you volunteer to take it, or you can sponsor it. So Krishna's paraphernalia, everything. This is Santaras of Balaram. When it comes to Dasyaras, Balaram is again serving. How does Balaram serve in Dasyaras? Balaram becomes the servant of Krishna. How many of you remember seeing the picture of Krishna lying down in the forest of Vrindavan and Balaram is massaging the feet? So all our pujaris, when they put the deities to rest, when we in the evening when we put the deities to rest, we put the deities in the bed. When we are singing kirtans for Krishna, we are actually massaging the feet of Gopinathji. This is the seva of Balaram. Look at how Balaram provides devotional service to the devotees. Now it makes sense. When I was reading this, it started making sense to me. Why Prabhupada is saying, why the scriptures are saying, without Balaram you cannot achieve Krishna. Without Nityananda Prabhu, service to Lord Chaitanya is not possible. If service to Lord Chaitanya is not possible, service to Radha and Krishna is not possible. Very interestingly, there is another time when Balaram is serving as the servant of Krishna. Anyone can remember? Very common. Very common. Everyone knows this. I'm just trying to create meditation. Think about it. Are you thinking? What comes to your mind? Where Balaram is serving Krishna. Balaram is elder brother. He is serving Krishna as Lakshman. In the pastimes of Ramayana, in the pastimes of Ram Leela, it is said that actually when Lord Ramachandra came back to Ayodhya, so when the Lord Ram came, there was a big celebration. Big celebration. So Ram was doing a Thanksgiving dinner for everyone. All the Vanar, Hanuman and everyone was there. So everyone then started glorifying Lord Ramachandra, how he defeated Ravana and brought back Sita. So amongst the celebration, there was Agastya Rishi. So Agastya Rishi said that whilst all of you are glorifying Ram for this victory, actually this victory was only possible because of Lakshman. So then Ram said, how is that? Agastya Muni said that no one could kill Ravana unless and until Indrajit was killed. Indrajit could not be killed unless and until someone was a total brahmachari and fasted for 14 years. Total brahmachari. Brahmachari does not mean only saffron clothes. Rama said, how is that? How is Lakshman brahmachari? So Agastya Muni said, do you recall when Sita was kidnapped? When Sita was kidnapped and you came to Rishemukh Parvat, and the Vanar, they bought you different ornaments of Sita ji, and you asked Lakshman, does this belong to Sita? What did Lakshman say? I have no idea. I have no idea because I have never seen Sita. The only thing that he recognized was the toe rings. Because he said he only saw the feet of Mother Sita. So then Ram was convinced. Yes. Agastya Muni said, he brahmachari, he never even looked at the face of a woman. So then Ram said, okay, so Lakshman was a brahmachari. But how was he anahari? Means one who has not had ahar, who had fasted for 14 years. After eating, I always gave Lakshman one fruit. So Lakshman said, Prabhu, you gave me the fruit, but you did not say eat it. You only said, take it. So I did not eat it. So every time I received the fruit, I gave it back to the forest. So Ram said, how is this possible? Ram asked Hanuman, Hanuman, can you go and check? Because the fruit was touched by Ram himself and Lakshman himself, actually all the fruits had become immortal. So all the fruits were there. So Hanuman went and Hanuman counted all the fruits for 14 years. And Hanuman came back and Hanumanji said, actually I've counted all the fruits, but there is 4 short. So Ram said, oh, so you ate 4 times. So 4 times you ate it. So Lakshman said, no, Prabhu. There was 4 times you did not give me a fruit. One was when we received the news of the disappearance of Dashrath Maharaj. That day you didn't give me a fruit. The second was the day Sita was kidnapped. You did not give me a fruit. The third was the day I was injured by the astra of Meghnath. Hanumanji had to bring Jivan Bhuti. That day also. Every time Ram was aggrieved, Ram actually forgot to give him a fruit. And the final was when Sita had to give Agni Pariksha, Lakshman said, that day also you didn't give me a fruit. And that is the only reason why 4 fruits are short. So Lakshman fasted 14 years minus 4 days. So Agastya Rishi said that one who had this austerity only had Balaram. And then Lord Rama said, Srila Prabhupada suffered heart attack. Prabhupada went to the Western world knowing no one. Srila Prabhupada cooked, served, washed, gave katha, led kirtan, taught the devotees how to wear dhoti, taught the devotees how to wash the feet of the spiritual master. Just imagine if I sit here and I said, you need to worship me, wash my feet. What will all you do? What will all of you do? Everyone will go, boo, he wants to be a pure devotee. But Prabhupada had to do it. There was no one with Prabhupada. Today we have someone with us. We have devotees. They say, okay, offer obeisance to Guru Maharaj, touch his feet, give him a garland, serve him prasadam. With Prabhupada there was no one. So just as the Acharyas say, if we take trouble for Krishna's devotional service, actually Krishna makes you worshipable. Krishna gives you a position higher than his. And therefore, Krishna accepts Mother Jashoda as his, Nanda Maharaj as his parents. the elderly Gopa and Gopis as his parents. And you look at Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, or Prabhupada glories, Prabhupada obeisances are more or less equal or more than Krishna in this world. Prabhupada gets worshipped every day, not in one place. Thousands of temples, thousands of devotee homes, millions of devotees worship Srila Prabhupada. So in essence, the message is, Lord Ram said that you took so much trouble for me. Therefore you will become my elder brother. Nevertheless, becoming elder brother, he never gave up the service. Every rasa, Balaramji takes service. This is, Prabhupada says, this is the, Krishna is known as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Balaram is known as the Supreme Personality of Sevita Godhead. Krishna को कहा जाता है परम पुरुषोत्तम सेव्य भगवान, जिसकी सेवा की जाती है, और बलराम जी है परम पुरुषोत्तम सेवक भगवान, जो भगवान कृष्ण की सभी प्रकार से सेवा करते हैं. सख्या भगवान बलराम जी सख्या भाव में कृष्ण के साथ में खेलते हैं, कुश्ती करते हैं, आगमन करते हैं, कृष्ण के साथ में डांस करते हैं और कृष्ण के साथ में खाते हैं. ये मित्रता है, ये सख्य भाव है. वत्सल्य भाव में, मातृ भाव में, पितृ भाव में बलराम जी बड़े भाई की तरह, माता पिता की तरह कृष्ण को हरदम प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं, हमेशा प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं. कृष्ण माटी खा लेते हैं तो दौड़ के जाके माता यशोदा को इन्होंने माटी खाया है. और माधुर्य में Balaram ji takes the form of Ananga Manjari to arrange. He becomes the younger sister of Radharani to arrange everything for the pleasure of. And when Krishna becomes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Balaram becomes Nityananda Prabhu. Krishna becomes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna in the mood of Radharani, Balaram becomes Nityananda to serve Krishna. How does in Chaitanya Leela then Lord Balaram serves Radharani? What is the female form of Balaram in Chaitanya Leela? Who can say? In Chaitanya Leela, Balaram's female form is called Janava. Yes. Janava Mata, the wife of Lord Nityananda. So Janava Mata in Chaitanya Leela. So then we can discuss some wonderful pastimes of Balaram. What are the two most popular pastimes of Balaram in Krishna book? Krishna killing Balaram killing Dhenukasur, the first one, and Pralambasur. Yes, Pralambasur and Dhenukasur. So Dhenukasur was a donkey demon. Donkey demon. So Dhenukasur was actually not killed by Krishna, and the reason for it was that Dhenukasur in his previous life was actually the son of Bali Maharaj. He was the son of Bali Maharaj. So, because Krishna had promised Bali Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj that he will always protect the dynasty. What did Lord Nrsimhadev say to Prahlad Maharaj? Your 21 generations will all be protected. So Prahlad Maharaj, Bali Maharaj and this son of, they all will be protected. So Krishna can't kill them. So Krishna couldn't kill them. But this son of Bali Maharaj He was one time enjoying with his 10,000 wives. And he went into a cave to enjoy. In that cave, Durvasa Muni was performing austerity. So they were having a party and making so much noise. Durvasa Muni became very much disturbed and cursed that you become a donkey. What does the donkey do? Exactly. The donkey neighs only. Makes this unpleasant sound. Have you heard the donkey singing anytime? So the unpleasant, so because you created disturbance, you'll get a... and because you were not conscious, what does Srila Prabhupada form? Prabhupada said, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. We should always be very conscious. So you were not conscious of the presence of Durvasa Muni in meditation. Sometimes we may, start talking loudly, somebody is chanting, somebody is doing some service, somebody is doing some service, we start disturbing them. You run the risk of becoming a donkey in your next life. So Durvasa Muni said, this is very ignorant behavior. Ignorant means you're not aware of what's happening. Consciousness means you should always be aware. What is aware? If someone is conscious, you will even see, okay, this piece of cloth is, little tilted. It's not symmetrical. In the Vedic system, beauty is defined by symmetry. If you look at someone's face, if it is balanced, the nose is not one side, then somebody will say you have a very beautiful face. Symmetry. So you dress Radharani like that, you dress Krishna like that. So anything. So when you are ignorant, then you have behaved like a donkey. You can look at donkey's ignorance. What does the dhobi do? The dhobi puts all the dirty laundry on him, hangs a carrot before him, hangs some ghas before him, and then he takes steps. The stupid donkey doesn't even realize. He doesn't have to carry the load. The grass is on both sides of the road. He can eat it, but he's completely ignorant. So, the acharyas say, so Krishna couldn't kill Dhanukasur. So one time, all the cowherd children, all the cowherd boys, not the gopis, only the boys. They went with Krishna to the forest, and all the cowherd friends, they saw this tal fruit. They all wanted to enjoy it. But Dhanukasur he started considering himself the owner of the whole forest. And he would not let anyone touch the tal fruit. Our Acharya Srila Visvanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that this is the state of the conditioned soul. In our conditioned state, we do various activities, we do our karmic activities, and whatever results are there, we don't want to give it to anyone. That is why charity is very important. Giving charity means you are giving a share of your results to others. If you are not prepared to give results of your activity to others, who are you? Dhanukasur. You are a Kripana. You are a Dhanukasur. Don't give me philosophy, I am not this body. You are Dhanukasur, Visvanath Chakravarti Thakur says. So, Dhanukasur took custody. Everything is just in your care. Does not belong. And who has come to ask? Krishna's friends are who? The devotees. Krishna's friends are Krishna's devotees. So who comes to ask of us? The sadhus, the saintly persons come to our home to take some charity. Why do they take the charity? To give it to Krishna. So then, the ignorance is dispelled by whom? Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. The spiritual master comes. Balaram ji comes. When Balaram ji came, Dhanukasur attacked him. When spiritual master comes, then we don't give dakshina, we don't give some charity. He said, spiritual master is having a good time. Don't work hard. They only depend on charity. This is what Dhenukasura was saying. When Balaram came to correct understanding, the Guru comes to correct understanding that Krishna is Bhaktaram. So, Dhenukasura attacked. Dhenukasura attacked Balaram. All these materialistic people, what do? They attack the Guru. They attack Prabhupada. They attack Prabhupada. So then, immediately, what happened? Balaram took Dhenukasura by the feet, by the leg. And what did he do? Why do you need to swing? Balaram could have just pushed Dhenukasura. But what is the significance of swinging? When do you do that? Very simple. When you swing something and throw, it goes to the farthest place. Not farthest place, the farthest. Far away. More far away. That means this mentality that everything belongs to me, this mentality that I should be the enjoyer of the results of my activities, should be thrown far, 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 far away. Just like, very interestingly, whenever we pray, we say, oh Lord Nrsingadev, please protect my family. Oh Guru Maharaj, please bless my family. This is still the mentality of me, mine, my family. Prabhupada is here to, Jagat Guru is here to bless everyone. We should pray to Prabhupada, we should pray to spiritual master to please bless us all fallen conditioned souls. That's the way to pray. So here, so then the Acharya's comment, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, there's Bhaktivinoda Thakur's commentary. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes that Dhenukasura represented one who does not understand Vaishnava teachings and those who stop others from accepting Vaishnava teachings. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says the donkey is famous for stupidity, foolishness, and therefore Balaram, or the spiritual master, Balaram is the original spiritual master. The spiritual master actually comes to dispel the disciples' stupidity and foolishness. And what is our stupidity? We don't want to offer our results of our work to Krishna. So that's how Balaram's played very important. And Krishna did not touch Dhenukasura. In spiritual life, this mentality is very, very important. Otherwise, everyone can worship Krishna. But if you don't have this mentality, don't expect spiritual advancement. And also, Krishna killed another demon, which was Pralambasur. So, Pralambasur represents fame, lust, greed, and worldly desire. Desire for profit, adoration, and distinction. Why did or how did Pralambasur came into the picture? So Pralambasur was a friend of Kamsa. And Pralambasur had a very special quality. The quality that Pralambasur had was, although Pralambasur was a demon, he had mystic power to change himself. Bhakti Charu Maharaj says, mystic power does not mean somebody is a sadhu. Demons also have mystic power. So then, just like Ravana, when he went to kidnap Sita, he changed himself into a sadhu. He was a demon, but he had mystic power. So if somebody has mystic power, don't think he's Mahatma. It could be a demon too. So Pralambasur had this mystic power. So then when Kamsa called him that, I have to get Krishna killed. Pralambasur thought, I have a more intelligent idea. I don't have to, because everyone who goes to kill Krishna, what happens? What happens to everyone who goes to kill Krishna? Everyone gets killed. आप लोग डराओ मत, इतना इजी है, भक्ति इतना इजी है. सब लोग जानते हैं, जो भी कृष्ण को मारना चाहेगा, क्या कोई कभी कृष्ण को मार पाया है? तो वो मारा जाएगा. तो प्रलंबासुर बोला, आई विल नॉट किल कृष्णा, क्योंकि कृष्णा के हाथों तो मारे जाएंगे. Pralambasur said, I have a better plan. If you want to kill someone, kill their beloved. And the person will automatically die. So because, who is Balaram? Balaram is simply white Krishna. Krishna is black Krishna, Balaram is white Krishna. If Balaram is doing Krishna's service so much, इतना कोई सेवा करे और कोई आपका सेवक मर जाए तो गुरु ऐसे ही मर जाएगा. तो Balaram, then Pralambasur said, Pralambasur went to Vrindavan. He saw that Krishna and Balaram were playing. And what were they playing today? They were playing tug of war. So one is Krishna's team, one is Balaram's team. And they had set a bet. Whoever loses will have to carry the winners on their shoulders and give them a ride into the forest. Pralambasur said, this is very, very nice. I will go and join whose team? Pralambasur. Pralambasur said that he knows if anyone goes to kill Krishna, what happens? They get killed. So who will win? Who will win? Krishna will win. But this time, Krishna always gives in to the devotees. Krishna gives in to the devotees. So he decided to go and join Krishna's team. So Krishna, out of love for his devotees, Krishna gives pleasure to his devotees. Devotees give pleasure to Krishna and Krishna gives pleasure to the devotees. So they had a tug of war and Krishna lost. Let Balaram and them win. So then Balaram and everyone, came to said to Krishna, come on, carry us. So then Pralambasur said, okay, I will carry Balaram. So he carried Balaram. So they were all going through the forest. And Pralambasur started taking Balaram elsewhere. The acharyas say, this is what happens to the conditioned soul. What radiates us from bhakti into other things? Lust, anger, greed, wealth, name, fame, dhanam, janam, sundarim. Everything will take you away into other directions. This is what Pralambasur. That is why it is said Pralambasur is representative of a false guru. False guru. Fake guru. So the genuine guru takes care of the false guru. So when, after running like this, carrying Balaram, then gradually Pralambasur started becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. The acharyas say, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, for one moment, Balaram became bewildered. What happened? When the Sadguru comes to, not Sadguru as the Sadguru in the YouTube, I'm saying the spiritual master, the true spiritual master, when he comes, actually sometimes when you go, Srila Prabhupada came to the Western world, for one moment, Srila Prabhupada acted bewildered. Prabhupada said, Krishna, where have you brought me? Where have you brought me? Then he said to Krishna, I am a puppet in your hand, make me dance, make me dance, make me dance. So for once Balaram became bewildered. He saw such a huge form. The yash, the pratishtha, the wealth, the material desires, it can take such a big form that you can become bewildered. You can become bewildered. So then, what did Balaram do? Balaram formed a fist. Means you got to hold on to the lotus feet of the spiritual master very tight. And with that fist, Balaramji gave one punch on the head of Pralambasur. One punch of Balaram on the head of Pralambasur was equivalent to 20,000 thunderbolts. परशुराम प्रभु जानते होंगे, EFL का उसमें लगा होता है, रे बाकी हाई वोल्टेज, हाई वोल्टेज हिट. तो गुरु का मतलब ही होता है हेवी. Guru must give you a high voltage shock so that you wake up from the darkness of ignorance. So Balaram plays such a important role. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur comments, desires come as friend, promise you pleasure, but kidnap you away from Krishna. Very beautifully written. भक्तिविनोद ठाकुर कहते हैं कि हमारी जो कामनाएं हैं वो मित्र की तरह आते हैं, आपको प्रॉमिस करते हैं, आपको होप देते हैं कि आनंद मिलेगा. फुलफिल दिस डिजायर, यू विल बिकम हैप्पी. बट व्हाट इज द आइडिया ऑफ प्रलंबसुर? टेक यू अवे फ्रॉम कृष्णा. टेक यू अवे फ्रॉम कृष्णा. सो भक्तिविनोद ठाकुर further writes, both these demons in devotees can only be removed by Lord Balaram. When devotees will endeavor with enthusiasm to remove this. बलराम जी हमको सहयोग देंगे, गुरु जी हमको सहयोग देते हैं. गुरु ने क्या दे दिया हमको? महामंत्र दे दिया है, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. गुरु जी ने हमको माला जप करके दे दिया है. लेकिन भक्तिविनोद ठाकुर कहते हैं, हाउ विल बलराम हेल्प यू? हाउ विल दिस चैंटिंग हेल्प यू? एनीबॉडी? वेरी इजी. गुरु जी ने मंत्र दे दिया है, गुरु जी ने माला दे दिया है, बलराम जी हेल्प कैसे करेंगे? यस, एग्जैक्टली. बलराम जी दे दिया है माध्यम, बट इफ द लिविंग एंटिटी डज नॉट चांट 16 rounds, हाउ डू यू एक्सपेक्ट लॉर्ड बलराम टू असिस्ट यू, किल योर डिजायर्स एंड मेक यू अट्रैक्टेड टू कृष्णा? Very beautiful point. When I read this, Bhaktivinoda Thakur saying this, I experienced, my hair standing on end. But because I'm not a pure devotee, it's all normal now, no problem. But the point is, the enthusiasm that we should have enthusiasm to serve Krishna. We should have enthusiasm to chant the holy name. We have to have the enthusiasm to read the Bhagavatam. Just like very wonderfully, look at Krishna's blessing. The Janmashtami season is come. So from tomorrow we are going to have the Janmashtami program here. This Janmashtami is not that something is happening and we can come here, we can go there, we can go anywhere. This Janmashtami means we come in the association of devotees. We come, you can only be benefited by Srimad Bhagavatam if you are studying the Bhagavatam, hearing the Bhagavatam in the association of devotees. So for the next 8 days we are going to have this great opportunity. And this is very, very contextual. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, every facility is there, but if you don't take, then how can Lord Balaram help you? We should be ready to take the mercy. बरसात हो रहा है आशीर्वाद का, अगर अपना पात्र नहीं आगे करोगे तो आशीर्वाद कैसे मिलेगा? Very powerful point on Balaram. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, if we allow ourselves to succumb to these demons, if you allow yourself to become the slaves of this demon, then Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, forget it. Then forget it. That free will, we discussed in the morning class today. Krishna has given us free will. Balaram's mercy is there, Radharani's mercy is there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is there, Holy Name mercy is there, Srimad Bhagavad Puran mercy is there, Vaishnavas are there, the mercy is all flowing. But if we don't come in the association of devotees, we don't take it. If you don't take the prasad, you don't take the service, then how will Lord Balaram become happy? Lord Balaram will remove these anarthas. We have to express eagerness. We have to express the eagerness. And lastly, just one last, again very strong message. Srila Prabhupada writes in the Bhagavatam, in the Krishna book, I think it's chapter 77 in the Krishna book. So, Prabhupada writes about the story of Romaharshan Shuta. Romaharshan Shuta, Balaramji went when actually the Mahabharata was happening, Mahabharata started. So when Bhima hit Duryodhan below the belt, Balaram became very upset. Because Balaram had taught Duryodhan and Bhima both the Gada Vidya. And actually Duryodhan was better than Bhima. Duryodhan was actually Balaram's favorite disciple. He was very good. But when Bhima violated, and who was supporting Bhima? Krishna, the naughty one, is supporting. He's teaching all the trickery to Bhima. So he said, hit Duryodhan below the belt. So when he did that, Balaram became very upset. He said Balaram actually picked up his mace to kill Bhima. And he could have. Krishna actually stopped him. Krishna stopped him and he said, no, you go from this place. So then Balaram went into Naimisharanya. He went to Naimisharanya, and Naimisharanya, all the sages had, just like all of you are sitting here, there were thousands of sages gathered together and doing yajna. What yajna were they doing? They were going to hear the Shravanam, the Bhagavatam, and they gave the Vyas seat to Romaharshan Sutta. Romaharshan Sutta was the direct disciple of Vyasadeva. Therefore, he was the most qualified. So the Brahmanas, all the rishis gave him the seat. So when Lord Balaram came, everyone stood up. Everyone stood up, and Romaharshan Sutta, because he was sitting on the Vyasasan, don't think this seat has so much power. It actually makes one's pride grow. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, you are all fools. I'm telling you knowledge. The pride can enter like that. So Romaharshan Sutta was sitting on the Vyas. Amongst thousands, he's selected to do that. So when Lord Balaram came, everyone stood up, everyone offered obeisances, but Romaharshan Sutta didn't. So then Balaram was given a seat. He was worshipped by, and even still he didn't get up off his seat. Then Lord Balaram got up from his seat and he took a blade of grass and killed Rumasvartana. So all the sages, they became very upset. He said, he was elected by us to speak because he's direct disciple and everything. So then Lord Balaram said that the ultimate culmination of spiritual knowledge is what? Love of Krishna? Humility, exactly. The ultimate culmination of spiritual knowledge is humility. You and I can see if somebody is spiritually enlightened is by the humility. So he said he is very qualified. He is direct disciple of Vyasadeva. He knows the Vedas. But the spiritual knowledge accompanied with arrogance disqualifies you from being a spiritual teacher or being the recipient of love of Krishna. So Balaram said to the sages that this is the reason I have to put him into his place. So the spiritual master or Balaramji always ensures. Balaramji is doing what? All the time, all the rasas, he is just serving Krishna. And who can serve? For service, the quality that is required is humility. Every service will have so much obstacle. Every service will have so much difficulties. You ask our pujaris, you ask our people who make garlands. Now in the cold season, there is not enough flowers. That's an obstacle to devotional service. This is obstacle. But if you very humbly pray, you humbly request everyone to serve, that is, look at Prabhupada. This is one last line and we'll finish. What? Look at Prabhupada. Prabhupada did everything. Prabhupada did everything. And Prabhupada said, the only thing that I did is I had faith in the words of my spiritual master. Everything is Prabhupada's doing. Yet Prabhupada is saying everything is done by Krishna. If I had anything, it's the faith in my spiritual master, in the words of my spiritual master. Prabhupada met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in 1922. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said, preach to the English speaking world. Prabhupada kept meditating on the instruction. 1922 Prabhupada met. 1933 Prabhupada took initiation. When did Prabhupada go to Vrindavan? 1959. 1933, 1959. Prabhupada went to Vrindavan. When did Prabhupada go to US? 1965. So, if we are to receive the mercy of Lord Balaram today, or ever in our life, be prepared to hold on to the instructions of the spiritual master for this lifetime. Like this we have to. What is the instruction of the spiritual master? Follow the four regulative principles and chant Hare Krishna 16 rounds every day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Gurudev said, we chant enthusiastically, we always be happy in Krishna's service. Thank you very much. So let us have Aarti. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So everyone can rise for Aarti now. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Gaunitai, Jai Shri Radha Golokabihari. Hare Krishna. Namo Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta